Jeremy Scahill.
I mean, I think, you know, you have Obama, the orator, and you have Obama's rhetoric, and then you have what I think is more important, which is who is he surrounding himself with, and what are his actual foreign policies. And I know David is intimately familiar with this, but a lot of people who are Obama supporters haven't actually read the plan. On the issue of Gitmo, Obama sends one message, but then brings on board as his intelligence transition team John Brennan, who Glenn Greenwald, I think, rightly described as an advocate of torture, someone who has passionately defended the U.S. Extraordinary Rendition Program, which began under President Clinton, the government-sanctioned kidnap and torture program. Jamie Mishik as well, you know, another person who has spoken out in favor of these harsh interrogation tactics, as they're called. So you have the stated policy, and then you have the people and their track records, and I think history is best qualifies us to you know, speak about what's actually going to happen. But while he does call for shutting down Guantanamo, there are very hawkish components to the Obama plan. He has credited himself with calling for a surge in Afghanistan and saying that President Bush and John McCain followed his lead. He believes in a paramilitarization of the war on drugs in Central and Latin America. He is not going to shut down these private contractors that have made these offensive wars of aggression possible. His Iraq plan is a downsized, rebranded version of the Bush plan through his residual force operations. And then the position that he laid out at AIPAC, where he talked about Jerusalem must remain undivided. That was a speech that was crafted by well-known neoconservatives, and it was messaging to the very right-wing Jewish community in the United States as a way of saying that Obama was going to be pro-Israel. He went further, in fact, than President Bush. You know, he said, well, the U.S. embassy should be in Jerusalem. All of the candidates say that, but then saying that Jerusalem must be undivided, that was further than a lot of Republicans are willing to take it. And so, you know, I understand what David is saying, and I'm heartened to hear some of the names that David said early on, but we're talking about heavy hitters who, whether they hold posts or not, are going to have great sway over Barack Obama. And I think that we have to remember when Clinton first took office, there was not the identical euphoria, but people were glad that Bush was no longer in office. And Clinton turned out to be one of the greatest Republican presidents in history, really co-opting the Republican agenda at times and making possible many of the policies Bush implemented.
David Corn, I'd like to ask you, is it possible that